set up. Whoa, wrong one. I almost went to the public one. That would have been funny. There we are.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, everybody.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Real.
Let's see. I'm trying to share this to. I've been trying to put it on Twitter that we're streaming now, but like for some reason, Twitter doesn't want to work for me right now. Freaking, what the hell?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay,
I can do it if you want me to.
I got it. I was just trying to get to the account. There we go. All right, now.
Can you guys hear us okay?
Please just add the robot emoji. This one. Thank you, Twitter.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
Can
hear
you guys hear us?
Good.
Can you guys hear us, or are we quiet? Wait for the chat to respond.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Just chilling.
Yo, how it go, kiddo? I don't know.
My dog decided to join me for this one.
Awesome.
I'd show you if I didn't look like such hot trash right now. But he's just kind of curled up on my lap.
Yeah, for some reason Discord isn't like Google Hangouts because
And
apparently
it's his birthday!
Birthday.
They say you're quiet as an ant.
I'm quiet? Oh, I can change that.
Uh-oh. Now you asked for it.
I do need to turn Raptor Lad though a little bit down because you're loud in my ears. I can only imagine how loud you are in their ears.
Ooh.
Apologies.
I handled it. You're better now.
Okay.
Am I good?
You sound good to me.
Am I good? Or am I
It's-
too loud?
You sound good to me as well. Maybe it's here. Let me I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's been snowing at the East Coast 3
Is it really right now
or-
for me? Oh no.
I mean,
There we are.
Oh no.
Yeah, it is snowing as we speak. I was even just thinking of like I'm looking outside my window right now. It's like snowing pretty well.
Is it seriously snowing?
It's been snowing for the past like 24, 48 hours or so here in Chicago. I felt kind of bad
It's
because
not snowing for me.
I felt kind of bad because I was like, it was late at night last night, and I just happened to look out my window. It was a brief break in the snowfall, and there's this parking lot that's just outside my apartment. Like it overlooks this big old parking lot, and I saw this worker who had like a big sleigh plow thing attached to his truck, and he was clearing out the parking lot. Then I went to bed and I woke up. I looked out the window and there's 3 inches of snow back on the lot. I felt kind of bad. Like, wow, might as well just wait. Might as well just have waited, you know.
Man.
comes to show that snow plows and ice on the road really needs to be taken care of in Chicago.
Hi, Spooky.
Oh no, it's just
And
the parking
everywhere.
lot. It's just the parking lot. The actual roads, they got trucks that come out every day with that sort of stuff. They swipe them down and they spread salt everywhere. So there's no way of there's no danger of the roads themselves getting covered in snow. It's just the sidewalks and the parking lots and whatnot that you got to be worried about. I'm currently loading up Photoshop. I mean, although I guess I could just immediately start working on the next scene in Activation Day. Yeah, I'll just work on Photoshop for now, and then we'll get to that.
I thought we agreed that Krita might be better because of
Only
wait,
on my
the
only
old
on my old
computer.
computer. Only on the old computer. This new one, it runs Photoshop a-okay when I'm streaming.
Awesome.
Oh my bad.
Let's see. I think there was like we were trying to do. Where did system suspension go?
System sus.
It was the next title card. Is that on my other hard drive? Do I have to switch out system suspension? Yeah, I gotta trade out my hard drives. Give me 1 second.
Nathan said sus. Oh boy.
Am I acting pretty sus? That's something we should do one day. We should all play Among Us live on stream because it's totally doable.
Oh my god.
I would
That'd be so
love
much
that.
fun. That'd be so much
I would
fun.
absolutely love that.
And it'd be
Oh,
chaos.
boy.
It'd also be chaos because I have a Mac, so I have to use my phone. So I'm gonna be like.
I've never
Struggling.
played Among Us in my life, but based on what I've seen, that is like exactly the kind of game that I would be horrible at.
I have a PC, so I might be able to like
Oh, yeah,
get Among Us.
You'd be able to do it. I don't know why why they got this thing, how they got it set up right now. You can play Among Us, right, on your PC. You can play it on your Android phone, which makes sense. Those are very interchangeable. Usually, if you make an app that can run on an Android, it's like one step away from being an app that can run on your PC and vice versa. But on top of that, you can also run it on your iPhone, right?
In
An
my case, an
iPad
iPad as
but-
well.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't run it on a Mac. That's where I don't
exactly. It
understand.
looks
Like
kinda
what?
boring.
Like I don't like. That's where I don't understand. Where they like why you got it available on the iPhone and the iPad and whatnot. So like the Android and the PC compatibility, it's one step away from being compatible with Mac. I don't know why they don't just like make the leap.
I mean, the game's starting to die. Like, it really is. Like, the only reason why it's still alive is because people keep making when the imposter is sus memes that are just really just full of the irony that, Among Us bad for whatever reason.
Oh, I still feel like it's I see videos of it being made all the time. I still feel like it's largely, I mean, granted it's not booming like it used to be, but I still feel like I still feel like it's pretty popular. And I played it before. It's a fun game. It's a fun...
Oh my god. I love it. It's only fun with friends though.
Mm-hmm.
Only fun with friends.
Yeah,
the online
true.
sucks.
The online kind of stinks, but like when yes, Danny Prickle, I use a Mac. I find it simpler to use than PC when it comes to film and media production.
When the meme I
think that might be the reason why it's not on Mac, because of stuff like movie and TV media stuff.
No, if anything, I would assume that it's not because you have to program a game differently when you want to make it available for Mac. Like there's specifics, like stuff you got to do, and sometimes your development program just doesn't really have the capabilities, which would be my big guess as to why. My confusion is that usually when you make something that's available for iPhone, it's like one step away, just some cross wiring to also make it available for Macintosh. So that's where my confusion is. It's like, but anyway, signal suspension. I figured this out. I'm gonna have to figure it out all over again. I figured out how to do this last time when I worked on this, but I need to figure this out again.
Excuse me.
Wonderful.
Whoop, there it is. Wait, is this an episode?
Yes, it is. It's renamed. It used to be we named it originally Exponential Expulsion, but we renamed it because Signal Suspension is way more appropriate for what happens in the episode.
Yeah.
Whoa, if you get rid of like every letter but 3, you get the funny Among Us reference. Ha ha ha. Okay. I'm done with that. I'm done.
Oop, no, that's not the kind of sine wave I wanted. I just want a simple... This is the correct way to do it. I just want a simpler one, please. Can we look at the view that
I said it's being Alexander.
All right, question. Can you bring back those robophobic agents from Agent 00 Sheldon? They have so much potential as villains.
What? Oh, agents. I heard that differently, and I was very confused.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Possibly. No plans for them yet, but definitely a potential. Yeah, I can see that working. Because they said they were with the government, so like it wasn't just like some random faction of like some organization. That was an official government body who were like rounding up robots and stuff. So that's definitely something we can tackle for season 5.
Robophobic.
What 1? No. 9? No, why are you making it all weird? I just want a single wavy line, please. It keeps giving me all this really distorted stuff. I'm trying to get it just a single solid line. Oh, here we go. Getting there.
Hey Nathan.
Yes.
When is part 2 of the first episode's animatic?
I want to get it out soon. I mean, it's not within the next month. It's gonna need more time to boil than that. But I'm trying to get it out. We're trying, I should say. I said I. We're trying to get it out. Within the next couple of months. Because we wanted, all right, original plans, we wanted to get it out January. That was like originally what our plan was back in the fall. But what happened was that we didn't expect COVID to strike all of our individual colleges to such a degree. And it just kind of got hectic and it kind of got crazy. So kind of set us back a bit back in the fall. But things are looking better here nowadays. So that's what I'm hoping for, that we can like pick up the pace and get it out soon. All right, number of generators. Oh, here we go.
Hey Nathan. Are there gonna be Godzilla and Long references?
I assume that's Kong.
Oh. Where appropriate, maybe.
Cool.
I don't want to throw in random references where they're not appropriate, but I mean, yeah, I love Godzilla and I love King Kong, so. Well, I love Godzilla more. Sorry.
I
Kong.
think you love one more than the other.
Yeah, I've seen a couple Kong movies, and of course, like the original is like is a freaking like masterpiece. So it's like I've seen a few, but it's just like I kind of prefer Godzilla.
But yeah.
Sorry.
Godzilla's got like 60 plus movies and is way more culturally known.
I'm gonna geek out on you. 60 plus years, 30 plus
Again?
movies.
That's fine.
Slight correction. I think he's on number 30, like Godzilla versus Kong. I think that's number 34. Could be 35.
Also, by the way, I'm pretty sure that Kong is going to win, but only because I believe Legendary loses their rights to Godzilla after this movie.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll give you some reassurance if you're rooting for Godzilla in the upcoming movie. He legally cannot die. A little bit of Godzilla trivia for you. Toho, the company who owns Godzilla, has a strict number of rules or like a very strict list of rules that you have to follow if you're making a Godzilla movie. And this is a set of rules that they themselves follow, so they're not just being hypocrites, right? This is a rule that these are all rules that they follow. One of the rules is Godzilla cannot eat a human being, which is why in the Monsterverse you see Ghidorah eat someone, you saw Rodan eat someone, you saw the Mutos eat someone, you saw Kong eat someone. I guarantee you, you're never going to see Godzilla eat somebody because Toho literally has a mandate. He does not eat humans, period.
I did not know that.
Another rule, after the 1998 fiasco, they have a specific set of design traits that every incarnation of Godzilla has to follow. And that is upright reptile that has at least 4 fingers and 4 toes, has at least 3 rows of plated spines down the back, and is largely reptilian in appearance. Like doesn't have fur or anything like that.
So that's an interesting bit because that reminds me of Shin Godzilla's concept art. Because Shin Godzilla had a bunch of design choices, but they didn't follow the standard Godzilla.
I guarantee it. Yeah, I guarantee you that it was largely because a Toho executive was like, this isn't the design quota.
But
we can't do that.
But there was a loophole. He could get away with those designs as long as he ended up looking like the proper Godzilla.
Exactly, and that's where we get Kamada-kun and the lesser-known second form that I've completely forgotten the name for. But anyway, the other rule, the one that I'm building to, is that he cannot die, unless there is an heir to replace him. And that is a rule that Toho has been following literally since the 1954 movie. Because the reason why is because they want it to be clear that the 1954 Godzilla is the only Godzilla that was killed off. And on top of that, even at the end of the movie, the whole point of that, there's a character who's talking about if we continue on with our development of nuclear weapons, there could be another Godzilla. That's why Toho has that rule in the first place, because they never want it to be as long as we have nuclear weapons as a country, as like a worldwide population of people. It doesn't matter what country has them. As long as some country in the world has nuclear weapons, Toho wants to make it clear that Godzilla is here to stay. You know, it's kind of a political statement. So any movie that produces that has Godzilla in it cannot kill him off unless there is a guaranteed heir that's going to come on and become the next king of the monsters. And that it also explains the end of the 98 movie, because I know they killed him off with missiles, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
There was a baby at the end of it, which implied that he was going to come in and take over. So, like, legit, any incarnation of Godzilla, you go back and try and find, like, because Godzilla's died before. Toho's killed him off a few times. Every single time, he's got a son. Every time.
Now, what really amazes me is the fact
I am here.
Hello.
Is the fact that Sony thought that 98 Godzilla was going to do so well that they had 2 other movies planned for it.
I think they planned it where they just opened up the slots where it's like, we're going to make a Godzilla 2, a Godzilla 3. There was that quote unquote leaked script of the second movie. I never, call me skeptical, but I never saw that thing verified. I don't know if that was ever because when you read it, it reads like a fan fiction, man. It really reads like a fan fiction. There's a monster in that sequel script. There's a monster in that sequel script called the Queen Bitch. It's like
you're kidding me.
That's the name. That's the name of the monster that Godzilla fights in that proposed Godzilla 1998 sequel. And it's like this kind of reads like a fan fiction. It doesn't read like an actual script.
that's ridiculous. Jesus.
But hey, it could be. I'm just being skeptical in that regard. But But yeah, that's why all you Godzilla fans out there, rest assured, unless one of these trailers randomly introduces an offspring or like an adopted son to Godzilla in this MonsterVerse, he's not gonna kick the bucket. If anything, it'll be like if he gets defeated, which I honestly don't know. I'm rooting for Godzilla, but I don't know who's gonna come out on top. It could be either one. If he gets defeated, it's probably going to be a lot like the ending of the original King Kong versus Godzilla, where he just swims away. You know, Godzilla's like, all right, I'm done, I'm out. Do what you want. I'm going back to bed.
Thing is, in King of the Monsters, I believe, or somewhere, some sort of King of the Monsters media, it was declared that Kong and Godzilla are both called alpha species of Titan, and they won't bow to each other.
Correct.
It's one of them has to die, or something.
Yeah, I have a feeling I know what they're gonna do. I got a feeling, because as much as I want it to be just a one-on-one movie throughout the entire thing, I got a feeling that we're going to get a Batman versus Superman thing where they're going to team up against something at the very end.
Oh, I smell that a mile away. That is such a thing that I was literally comparing it to Batman versus Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're going to pull the stunt.
Hopefully it'll be a better movie than Batman versus Superman.
It's giant monsters. It has to be. I mean, come on, we got Cobra Kaiju and Bat Kaiju, like, come on.
Yeah.
That's
you know what I hope though? I hope that they're obviously bringing back some of the monsters that they got in their lineup. I hope they bring back Rodan. I hope he wasn't
God.
I hope he wasn't just, I don't need him to be in another big action sequence. I'm good. That sequence when he was fighting all the jets and the aircraft in King of the Monsters, that was amazing. Perfect. I'm good. I've got my Rodan action, whatever appetite figured out. I just want him to just like have a cameo, just like, hello, I'm still here. Don't worry.
Yeah, like that Rodan scene from King of the Monsters. That was chef's kiss.
Yeah, that was. I think that was the best scene in the whole movie.
Agreed.
All right, I think I'll just roll with that. But I don't like how it's like I'm trying to get one where it's like one of the waves either grows or dips in the middle, so I can like properly split it up. I also would really love it if the Mutos showed up again, because they are by far, out of all the new MonsterVerse kaiju, you know, Behemoth and Cycla and all that. Is it Cycla or Cycla? I can never.
Scylla or Scylla, something.
Silas. Anyway.
SCY.
Yeah.
SCY.
Out of all of them, the Mutos are still my favorite. They're my top.
They're so weird.
Cool. They're so cool.
Mammalian insect things.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone thinks they're bugs, but they got skeletons. It's so cool.
They got like elephant skin, apparently. Mm-hmm. That's so weird. I love them. And their sound design. And
apparently,
God.
like going into the lore of, because they're weird because they got some weird freaking ontogeny where it's growth development. If you read into the comics and the lore and whatnot, the Mutos, how they work is that there's always a prime. Like there's the top dog of the Mutos, right? And that prime goes and finds a Godzilla species and infects it with a male and a female spore, which is what we saw at the beginning of the 2014 movie, which we saw Dagon's corpse.
Dagon.
And then we saw those two little spores. That male and female hatch into pupas, or little larvae. They go find a radiation source. They cocoon. They start feeding on it, and they develop into their adult forms. Those adult forms then find each other, mate, produce thousands of offspring, and then those, if they were to hatch and grow into their adult forms as well, those offsprings would have a battle royale to the death. And since the winner is usually female, because the female is like what?
The bigger.
The 3 times larger than the male.
Yeah.
That female transforms into the next Muto Prime, and the cycle starts all over again. That is the weirdest freaking way of like that's just interesting on just to me on how weird it is that they do.
Oh my god, I love the biology that goes into these designs. Everything. I love how just. Whew. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I have high hopes. High hopes, and I mean. And I know for a fact that there's gonna be a third guy. I mean, he's in the trail. I'm not gonna spoil it because if you haven't seen it, but it's like, it's
I know who you're referring to.
Yeah. Okay. So Toho has a big 5, right? Toho has a big 5. They got Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Rodan, and then number 5, who I'm not gonna say by name because it's a spoiler for the next movie. But
yeah, but
those first 4 have already appeared in the MonsterVerse. I'm betting number 5's next, and I think he's in the trailer. I think he's you see a glimpse
for
of him.
A split second.
Yeah, so I have a feeling that they're gonna team up against him at the end of the movie.
Probably. Nebel asks about the auditions or emails.
I gotta send them out. I gotta send out more again. I do. You know what I've been mostly concerned about? I'll be honest, past couple weeks, not only but I've been concerned about this, what do you call it?
The Animatic.
Animatic. Yes, thank you, Nick. And the word escaped me there. I'm trying to find a job, man. I need to start, my rent's looking low. I need to get some jobs.
Oh.
So, that's what I've been mostly focused on. I haven't gotten to emails in a little while, so... I'll get to them though. You're on my mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, NebelCon actually sent the audition in September. So.
Yeah, I know. I'm real behind. I just gotta sit down one afternoon and just get them all out. There we go. That's kind of centered. I can take that and make it nice and pretty. All right. Get a box, split it down the middle, right there. There we are.
Hey Nathan, are we gonna get a Lupin the Third, the Castle of Cagliostro reference in the reboot?
I have no idea what was just said.
Lupin the Third is one of the best animes I've heard that was ever produced, and Castle of Cagliostro is probably the first film directed by Hayao Miyazaki.
Okay, what about a Crossroads movie with Ralph Macchio reference?
I mean, maybe. It's like, well, the way we do references is that it's not like we just like, I want to make a reference to this movie. Let me find a way to integrate that into the script. It's kind of like when we make a reference to something, it's kind of like we're in the process of writing a scene or drawing an animatic or a storyboard or something. And it just kind of comes to us like, would it be funny if they did this thing from this one movie? Or if this one thing from this one movie just appeared in the background for like a split second right there? And that's kind of how we do references. We don't just like make a plan where it's like, okay, here's a list of things we need to reference in the next animated project. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions about references for whatever reason. We're trying to focus on an original story. Come on.
Because like it comes with like, even in the Animatic Preview that we're about to drop today, like there's a few shots in there that are direct references to movies I like, where it's like I saw a shot in a movie that I really like and I went, oh, what if I just took that and I tweak it a little bit? And I mean, it's technically a reference, but it's like I'm trying to build something new out of it too, you know?
Yeah.
mashups to Nate and Company. I had this idea for a random episode. Jenny wonders what eating was like, so Sheldon helps her by making a microchip that can give her taste buds.
Wouldn't that just be a repeat of that touch episode?
Yeah, this would be a taste no evil. We've gotten this question before. The problem with the taste no evil, a concept like taste no evil, is that you can't. The only way I can think of it becoming, because like usually with the no evil plot lines, usually the problem stems from the actual use of her new sense, right? See no evil, it was with her new eyes. Hear no evil is she had giant ears. What was the other one? Speak no evil. She talked in a different language. If we want to cover the other two senses, it's smelling and tasting.
There was already something done about the nose thing.
Yeah,
she got a nose.
But like what?
Yeah,
like
briefly.
my problem with it is that what would be the issue, the problem that would be tackled? Like the only thing I can, one of the only things I can think of. There's two primary plots that I think of when I think of a plot that involves like tasting being the issue. One is something I don't really want to do. It's that she loves eating so much.
She has to cook for Gordon Ramsay.
Well, yeah, but like I would say I think someone has submitted this idea before, where she has to she starts getting addicted to food and she starts eating like all sorts of things.
What do you think Jenny's favorite food would be?
Oh, she's got a sweet tooth for sure. No doubt about it. She's got a sweet tooth. Even though she has never tasted anything before, I guarantee it's a sweet tooth. But anyway, but I don't see any like how that can be like a, because that's a weird plot. Someone who's addicted to eating. I don't really like.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. The other plot that I thought of, which was doable, but it would have to be like, I don't know, it'd be hard to do because in the scope of a grander series. But like the idea of how she like gets a job at a restaurant, and she has to taste the food in order to make sure it's like good.
And she goes Gordon Ramsay.
She's cooks under Gordon Ramsay or something.
Fucking tasting it, you carrot?
But yeah, those are the only two. Those are the two plot lines that I would have imagined that would be. And they're both. But like I said, they're both not like. I don't feel like they're the best.
There's better potential in other things.
Yeah, and then the smelling thing, I legit have what she comes across some bad smells. I don't. That would just be weird.
It'd be the conflict of that SpongeBob episode where Patrick gets a nose.
I guess, or be like the episode where someone smells bad, and then because it's not just a SpongeBob thing; it's a common trope in cartoons. It's like not as common as the cologne trope or the what do you call it, the mind swap trope, but it's the trope in which character smells bad for the entire episode, and people have to tell them to take a bath.
Yeah. Again, there's just better potential and other ideas.
It's like, isn't it riveting? Someone has to use soap. All right. Well, now I just need the explosion, which I can make with this tool. Make that yellow just to keep it standing out from the crowd.
Do you think there could be an episode where she gets knocked out, and she's knocked out for years, and wakes up, and her friends are old?
I feel like that's it. And we'd have to figure out how she gets back.
That's a yeah. That honestly feel again. that feels like a lot of wasted potential.
Yeah,
Like, there's so
Hey,
much you
man,
can do.
no
if-
stairway.
alternate future maybe. Like I've toyed with the idea with an alternate future before. Like that's a concept to play with, but like I definitely not permanent, because like I prefer to just be set in the present, or at least in this in the sense of like
have a consistent timeline.
All right, now I just need to figure out some fun colors. Maybe I can add the spider rays too. Get the sketch out of here. There we go. All right, now I just need to get a color scheme going here. In fact, let me get the spider rays in here. Just see how they look. I think it'll look better if it's kind of an oval shape, to be honest. Usually when you do a circle, but like... Yeah, that'd work with some tweaking. Not the final colors for sure. That's so busy, but like just some... just to get in there for the actual... Alright, colors, signal suspension. What are we feeling with that? An episode... Is integers nor intellectual, we did the colors of the XJ sisters primarily. No, well, yeah, we're fixing the colors were just temporary to make it all the layers stand out. So I'm going for colors now. I think I'm faint, maybe.
The Discord server asking me if I can say I like My Life as a Teenage Robot. I mean, it wouldn't be a lie. I mean, hey, I like My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Liar.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
This dog won't leave me alone. What you want, boy? Get in here. You sit on the bed because I want to play my guitar. Will the reboot focus at least a little to what happens in other parts of Earth except Tremerton?
It's mostly set in Tremerton. I don't think there's ever a plot episode where we go venture far outside of it. Granted, I'd love to in the nothing planned for season 4, obviously, but in season 5, I would love to check out what outer space is doing, like because Earth apparently has colonies on Pluto, and a moon on Jupiter, so it's like that'd be kind of cool to visit at some time. But as for right now, we it's kind of mostly set in Tremerton. This is just Jenny colors though. I'm trying to what can be more fun? Maybe like a red, kind of like a San Francisco kind of theme.
Nathan, are you often on your Discord server to chat with people?
Say that again.
Are you often on your Discord server to chat with people?
There are times where I'm absent, but I always check in every once in a while to see how things are going, or it's like
I'm on there too.
Yeah, make sure no one's doing anything troubling.
I don't think I have mod powers, but I'm on there too.
I think you do. All the production.
I don't have.
All the production
I have
crew
no
members
clue how to ban people.
All the production crew members have a certain, not as much as like the Skyway Patrol, in the Skyway Patrol people, not as much as them, but all the crew members have a certain degree of mod powers. I think like all the crew members have the ability to ban people and kick people, for instance.
Oh, I don't know how to do that, but I know it I can see in the mod log channel.
Yeah, I can see the mod log channel too.
Mm-hmm.
When did you starting this project?
That takes me back.
Never mind, they deleted it. When did you start doing this project?
Okay. This is a little bit.
It was like 2014, wasn't it?
It was a little. That was when I went public with it. Personally, like I started thinking about ideas and stuff and whatnot back in 2013, with it. But you know, I was a dumb 15, 14-year-old kid back then, so I don't know if that counts.
To Nate and Co. It's about Tuck. While I haven't seen the show in a while, I found out about his base was split for him, being annoying and tends on making things worse. You plan on making him more likable?
Hopefully.
That's all subjective, Manor.
Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, some blue streaks might look good. Let's try it. I think the blue looks the best. At least the kind of the teal kind of hue. Okay. Now I go to the playing around with
Do you plan on doing more character development in the original?
yes. Simple answer.
Yep. How much ITC Anna will you guys put in the reboot?
I don't know what that means.
I believe
It's
that's
the font.
The font.
I believe that's the Teenage Robot font.
Oh, all of it.
It's like,
All of it.
yeah.
We will leave no character unturned. Every letter will be in the. All right, now let's see if we can. This one's going to be the color layer. See if we can get some of that blue to shine through without making it too busy looking. Oop, I should not have set that to 100. Going back a little bit. Okay, let's see if I can. I'm not liking the
Here's
color.
here's a fun one. If Jenny and Melody were to fight again, could there be some emotional music in the background instead of the usual dramatic action music? Musician speaking here.
Okay, hold on. I have a point to make with this one. That's the same thing, my guy. Music, emotional music is the same as quote unquote dramatic music. It's like what you want is music that fits the setting. If they're fighting and it calls for an action-packed fight, then you use more music that's like upbeat and epic and whatnot. If they're fighting and it's meant to symbolize a friendship dying or something like that, that's when you want the more. But it's still an action scene, so you still want some action type music. But that's when you want a little bit more of an emotional punch. But it's all dependent on the context, because fight scenes are, at least the really good ones. I know we're talking about a superhero here that fights on a daily basis, like all sorts of monsters and whatnot. But when it's between main characters, when there's a fight between main characters, you can treat fights a lot like in musicals when people sing. When in an action drama, for instance, when a character, much like in a musical, when a character can't express their anger or frustration or their emotion or whatnot properly through simple talking, you have an action sequence. And they express through that.
You don't just have an action sequence for just flashy, ooh, hit, punch, yeah. There's always supposed to be a reason, an emotional reason for that action sequence.
Right.
And so the music, in a way, is always going to be emotional.
Yeah. Oh, ocean man, take me by. Okay, this is looking good. I'm liking this more than the generic blue that I had last time. Well, let's see if I can add some undertone. Nope, that's the wrong brush. I need soft, please. doesn't look as good. Maybe a lighter color would work better.
A little tricky question, but wouldn't you have problems with copyrights and all that stuff when your project is finished?
Oh boy, this speech again. Okay, here we go.
Finished. That's funny.
Okay. No. Okay. Okay. This is a good question. We just answer it a lot. Okay. Fun fact about copyright. Okay, we're gonna get anything that anyone makes of any series or movie or whatever, whether it be Godzilla, whether it be Star Wars, whether it be Teenage Robot, whether it be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, if you make art of any of those properties, that is technically, by technicality, a violation of copyright, or at the very least, a violation of trademark. However, obviously, not only would it be bad practice for lawyers to go after every single art piece out there that people post and make stuff about, like fandoms, it would look bad, press-wise, but it would also not be cost-effective. You'd be wasting thousands on court cases that
They would be
are
losing more money.
Yeah, they'd be losing more money than they'd be making by going through that. Not to mention, again, pissing off a lot of people. So, yes, we are in. We don't own Teenage Robot. We don't. It's still property of Viacom. It's still property of Nickelodeon, etc. We are hoping to kind of fit right in that little category that they don't go after, because we're doing something with the show that doesn't interfere with the actual show. Like, it'd be one thing, for instance, if the show was still airing, right? And it still had episodes that were like being in production and all that jazz. It was airing. We'd be seen as competition, you know? We'd be seen as taking their property and going, "Hey, you're taking away views from the actual series. We got to shut you down." But they don't. It's not in production anymore. You know, it's not a thing. If anything, they have reruns every once in a while, but those reruns are usually like 12 o'clock midnight. They're kind of filler slots. So we're hoping we settle in as the benefit of what companies usually take advantage of with fan-made stuff, free advertising. Which, by the way, if you haven't already, go check out My Life as a Teenage Robot, the official series, available on Amazon Prime, and I believe now also CBS Access. We lost Hulu, but hey, CBS Access and Amazon Prime, and I think it's still available on iTunes as well. It's great. I think it's what, $12 a season? Good purchase. And hey, check out the official Teenage Robot merchandise that's been rolling out lately. T-shirts on Amazon Prime and pins by Zen Monkey Studios.
I just ordered
Yeah!
one. I just ordered one. I can't wait for it to come in.
I also ordered one.
And I know it kind of sounds like I'm selling out after that big speech and whatnot, but genuinely, that's really cool that we're getting more merch and stuff from.
Seriously, it is. This show is coming back into some serious light, like with the whole December spike that happened.
I hope this trend continues.
For real.
I recognize that, but I don't know from what. Is it from like a sitcom or something?
Space Cowboy. It was on that '70s show once.
Oh. That might be where I actually recognize it. I used to watch that show a lot. Although I watched the Nickelodeon version, so I think a lot of it was censored, but which I understand. No reps at Nickelodeon there. I get you. You're a family network. There's some stuff you can't show. No digs. All right.
Joker.
I think that's it, right? Maybe I can add some.
Joker. I'm a midnight toker.
Maybe I can add some fun glow effects to the what do you call it? The sine waves. But other than that, I think this is about done. There we are. Although I do have to probably what? I gotta. Whoa, that's brought up my dock. Okay. All right. What's the rule with glowing? Find the brightest color. Brighten up even more.
I just use literal bloom and glow layers whenever I do glow stuff.
Yeah, that's the
Screw,
yeah. It's
screw
easy.
manually.
It's easy to do it when you got like a video, like an After Effects or something, but it's harder to do it here. See, I don't want to like that.
Screw manually doing it.
Maybe I just put it behind it. Call it a day. Maybe add a slight blur effect on the top layer to kind of help it blend in. There we go. Signal suspension. Someone typed something in binary. I need to translate it before I can reveal their comment. Hold on. They could be saying something nasty.
Just turns out to be the letter R or something.
All right. You're not far off. Maybe I got the translation wrong, but it's they are saying UT question mark question mark question mark question mark IS question mark UR question mark question mark R question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark UUR question mark.
Okay. And to that I say 010 maybe something. I don't know. I don't know binary.
Sad news, guys. Rod Decker, who created Dragon Tales, passed away on the 25th of January.
I remember watching that show when I was younger.
Yeah,
Man,
I did too.
that brings back memories.
Simply because it had dragons in it. That
Yeah.
was it. That's all it needed, and I watched it just because of that. I eventually grew out of it because I grew tired of the fact that the dragons weren't eating anybody.
Hey, dragons are cool.
I grew tired of like, when are they gonna start fighting each other? Like, but yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon before How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, I loved that series so much.
Oh my god. So, oh man, I have a bit of a beef with How to Train Your Dragon. Don't get me wrong. First movie, fantastic. Second movie, almost even better. Third movie, that's kind of where I get the issues.
What? I felt the third one was a great way of ending the series.
It's a okay. So I loved the idea that Grimmel was supposed to be what Hiccup could have been if he killed Toothless right then and there. The problem is that I see people saying that Grimmel was a stronger villain than Drago Bloodfist.
Oh, I feel that too. I felt like I felt Drago was kind of this one-off guy. I mean, granted, he was originally meant to be this. He was meant to be in the third one, Drago. He was meant to be a character that they brought back. So I guess, in retrospect,
in retrospect,
he's a bad villain. Not bad. I shouldn't say bad because he has motivation and whatnot. He is a lesser villain in retrospect because of the fact that during the second one they were kind of like, okay, we're gonna bring him back though, so this isn't the end of his development. But then eventually,
they decided.
Yeah, then eventually along the way, that was the end of his development.
So that's not to say that Grimmel isn't a strong villain. He is. Like, I did not give him enough credit whenever I first watched the movie, because he was just incredibly manipulative and smart. Like, I mean, come on, he burned down Burke. Like, just within an hour, I guess. Like his very first meeting with Hiccup. Very manipulative, very into the hunt. But Drago, I felt, was even stronger because he had more of a direct effect on, Hiccup's entire life.
True.
I mean, granted, Grimmel did cause is the cause for the dragons needing to go back to the hidden world and whatnot. But Drago is the only one who has caused an actual on-screen death of a person.
True. I see that point.
Yes. And again, Stoic has said word for word, a man who kills without reason cannot be reasoned with. So that just shows that Grimmel had his reasons to kill. And I mean, Drago didn't. I mean, he was just a psycho.
Yeah,
he was just a psycho.
I see that point.
And the fact that Drago was so terrifying that he could bend the will of a bewilderbeast to his knees is something that just tops anything I think Grimmel could ever do.
I see your point in that, like, that Drago has overlooked qualities and stuff. I felt, and definitely impacted the family dynamic with Hiccup a little bit more. But I feel like Grimmel was more of like, while Drago was the unstoppable force that Hiccup had to stop, like he was this like kind of monstrous person that couldn't be reasoned with and whatnot. I felt that Grimmel was a little bit more threatening because because Drago never outsmarted Hiccup, like he never Hiccup's fault with Drago was trusting him, like, in that he could have a conversation with Drago, and like, but there was never a point where Drago outsmarted Hiccup. Grimmel, though,
he could
multiple parts in the movie where Grimmel outright outsmarts Hiccup and like one-ups him. That's where I felt like
burning down the village.
Yeah, that's where I felt like he was a little bit more intimidating as a villain, and especially in just like the way, I wish they would confirm this. I thought it was so freaking intimidating in his intro scene where he just outright murders a dragon immediately.
Okay, so that was one of his trank darts with his venom, with the Death Ripper venom. That was not. That wasn't him killing.
I had a sense it was just a train dark. I felt I was doing so. It's still intimidating. Don't get me wrong, but it was so like, holy hell, he just killed something on like.
Yeah.
Without breaking a
But
sweat.
That's the part that really makes Drago take the cake for me. Is that Drago actually killed someone. He actually killed. Now Grimmel, I mean, that's to say, Grimmel is a good villain. He is fantastic. And I did not give him enough credit whenever I first watched the movie, but I've been thinking about it. I've been considering and comparing. Grimmel is definitely a strong villain. But the difference in why I think the second movie was stronger than the third is, come on. How do you top a Night Fury blasting off a tusk of an alpha species and driving it back into the ocean?
I feel like because I agree with you that the third movie could have been better. Don't get me wrong. I think
any movie could be.
Yeah, I felt like out of the trilogy that we got, the first one is still the strongest.
Oh
like,
yes,
in terms
absolutely.
Of, like construction and like plot and all the character development and everything like that.
Dude, Nuclear Dragon, you can't top that. You can't top Nuclear
I feel
Dragon.
like what went wrong, because it's still a good movie. Don't get me wrong. It's like I love the third movie, but I think what could have been better with the third one is that it could have been paced better. Like,
oh yeah, that was.
I felt like for instance, I felt like the Night Fury dance was too short. Like I felt like we could have stuck with that a little longer. Like this was the, because they even mentioned this in the behind the scenes commentary, how Toothless was going through his own forbidden friendship thing that Hiccup went through in the first movie. Only Toothless is going through it with another
another dragon.
I guess it's not a Night Fury, but it's the subspecies, the Light Fury.
Yeah.
He was going through that. So if you compare those lengths of how long it takes in the first one and versus how long it takes in the third one, it's shorter in the third one.
Yes.
So like I felt like,
pacing...
and I felt that even when I was watching it, I was like, you could have made this drawn out a little bit more. And I confirmed my suspicions because in the deleted scenes, they provide animatics of how it was originally meant to be longer. So I have a feeling they were running low on budget and they had to make some time cuts.
Dude, dragons are expensive to animate.
Oh yeah. So I wish we would get an extended version of the third one day because even though I felt like the pacing was off, I felt the emotional beats were like they were there, where it could have been like if you just dedicated a little bit more time to kind of the more quieter moments in the movie, to kind of drag those scenes out just a little bit more, to let them emotionally resonate with the audience better, it would have been like a way bigger punch at the end.
Absolutely, the pacing was all over the place.
But even that said, it still punched me at the end of it. Like I was still crying.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
I'll admit it. I even tell my family and friends where it's like, all right, if you ever want to see me cry in a movie, just play that movie because I can't get through it.
Yeah,
I think that's also because of like I didn't just watch the 3 movies. I watched the TV series from start to finish, like every single episode. The comedy in that series was awesome. Snoutlout rapidly became my favorite character in the TV series because
I love seeing the variations of Dragon. I loved seeing every single one of them.
That reminds me. I won a freaking contest back in the day with How to Train Your Dragon. I think it's still available. Way back. All right, yeah, okay. Story time. This was back in like 2010, 2011, right? I was like, this was like, you want to talk about
right whenever How to Train Your Dragon 1 released.
Kinda. It was back when they announced. It was back when the Bone Apper was coming out on Cartoon Network. It was like it was the short they made right after the movie. During that thing, Cartoon Network hosted a contest because around the same time they were in production of 2 other shorts. I think they were called Gift of the Night Fury and Book of Dragons, which in of themselves, I'm fairly certain was kind of a precursor to the Cartoon Network series we were gonna get afterward. You know, like they weren't made in the same animations. Like you could tell there was an animation dip when the actual series came out, which understandable. It's TV versus film.
Yeah.
But point is, Bone Napper came out and they hosted a contest. They said there was going to be they threw out a thing where they was like, all right, How to Train Your Dragon fans, design a dragon, give it a biology, or like, you know, talk about the dragon and how it fits into the world and stuff, and submit it. And we're going to pick 2 winners, and those 2 winners are going to have their dragon featured in the Book of Dragons short. And so I'm like, okay, I'm doing this.
Oh my gosh, I did not know about this.
There was 2 winners because for 2 different categories. There was the category of like 10 and up, because and I think there was a cap. I think you couldn't be above the age of middle school. I think they didn't want professional artists to come in and be like, hey, here's my dragon, you know.
Yeah.
And then I think it was then the other category was like 10 and below, where it's like you know, to get the kind of the elementary school kids in there. So I spent all the time designing this dragon, right? I think I started drawing this big magma dragon, because I went the first thing I went for, I remember this specifically, I went the edgy route. I was like, okay, I'm going to design the most powerful dragon ever. It's going to be breathing lava, it's going to have 6 limbs, it's going to have giant freaking teeth and fangs. And then I realized, like, since even as like back then, I'm like, this is just too much. They're never gonna pick this. They're not gonna pick. They want something more like fun, you know. They're not gonna want Mega Death Dragon. That's like, you thought the red or the green death was bad? Well, how about this thing? They're not gonna want that. So I went back and this was back when the only dragons in the series were the original 5, where it was like the Night Fury, Zippleback, Gronkold, Natter, and Monstrous Nightmare. And then I guess Bone Napper now. But this was back when nothing else existed other than those. So I thought, all these dragons have limbs. I'm gonna make a dragon that's just like a serpent, and I called it the Sky Serpent. And I kind of mixed in some Rodan elements where I gave it an armored belly, and the whole thing I designed it off of. I was like, all right, this dragon is it lacks limbs aside from wings. This dragon is the fastest dragon there is and whatnot because of how aerodynamic it is, and I gave it this in-depth biology where it would, since it can't walk or hunt prey normally, it fishes with its tail. Like, it's got a spear on its tail, and it literally like uses it as like a heron with its beak, and it stabs fish and whatnot. And I went into this whole detailed description of it, and I won one of the entries. And I don't know if it's still a thing, but at least in the original production run of those DVDs, the Book of Dragons DVDs, because I think they changed the results. It was in the original contest. It said that the winner was going to have their dragon featured, like in the short. I think that changed because
no dragon exists.
Right.
Like, yeah.
My dragon, along with the other contest winner, which was like this 5-headed dragon thing, they are in the DVD features. I think it's called Hatch a Dragon. That's what the features are called. But there it is, my little Sky Serpent from. I gotta get, because like when that happened, when I won the contest, we went nuts. My parents and I, we bought the Blu-ray, we bought the DVD, we bought the bundle, we bought the Target exclusive, because like it's like my dragon's in it. It's like we went nuts. I just gotta get one. I would love to show it one day, because it's like it takes one of my stupid drawings, and it's just like it's so cool. But yeah, that was such a long time ago.
Yeah, so
I should redraw that dragon one day. I feel like that should redraw it one day.
What that reminded me of is during the Race to the Edge series on Netflix, there is a dragon featured that is very similar called the Slither Wings.
No, right? I'm like, oh, is that based on mine?
Like the
whole-
Slither Wings. That's
I
like
know.
it's almost exactly like it's got the serpent body, the wings, and that's it. But like it doesn't have the fishing thing.
It doesn't have the
And it's
fishing
all
thing,
venom.
so yeah, but like, yeah, I don't think it was directly based on mine, but like part of me was like, I wonder if someone dug it up my old submission and made it like that. I was kind of geeking out.
Yeah. But yeah, my favorite dragon personally from the How to Train Dragon series is the Whispering Death. Love that.
They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. I wish they would like establish why the Night Furies hate them so much. I thought the Whispering Death.
Wait, cut out. What did?
We're talking about the drill thingies, right? The ones with the big, like the tremor things that drill through the earth. Yeah, I thought there was a whole episode where they were talking about how the Whispering Deaths have this giant grudge against Night Furies and vice versa.
Okay, so no, it was Toothless had a grudge with that one Whispering Death.
Oh, I guess it was. I thought they were setting up like the whole species, like they both hated each other for some reason.
No, it was just that one, and I guess it kind of earned a reputation where that Toothless just doesn't like Whispering Deaths because they don't ever get along with them. Like maybe twice, but that's it.
My favorite for the longest time was the Skrill. That thing was so cool.
Oh my god, who doesn't love a thundering beast that controls lightning with its wings?
All right, what time? It's 6:20. We got about 40 minutes.
Yeah, so rest in peace to the creator of Dragon Tales. So, question from Smash Up Mashup.
Oh my god, that's right.
Holy shit! We forgot all about it.
That whole conversation stemmed from the Dragon Tales question. Oh my god.
That did. Oh my god.
All right, question from Smash Up Mashups.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me find it.
Message retraced for some reason, but Martin Smith says, "Hi, are you familiar with Vizzy popping her work such as Husband Hotel and Hovia Boss?"
I have.
If you
am. I saw everything. I've seen everything. I'm a big fan. I love what they're doing.
I saw Has-Been, but I haven't seen Hell of a Boss yet.
Hell of a Boss is better.
Hell of a is pretty funny, but I think they like they're. Granted, if I have to throw out some criticism, constructive. I felt like the third episode, the character designs were starting to get a little like inconsistent a few times in a couple little shots here and there, but it's still like amazing, you know. Like I just like it's like nitpicky me, you know, going like this one character's got this weird thing here, and then but it's kind of not what they got over here. But
I mean, YouTube series.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. It's me being an over picky asshole. It's like it's still a great series. It's amazing. I love it.
In my opinion, Hell of a Boss is better than Hotel.
I'm holding out because I have a feeling that Helava is like Helava's got a more like because they got Brandon Rogers helping out with the writing and stuff. Brandon Rogers is a a big time comedian. And, like, I feel like
and they got
Tim's
voice actor in there.
Yeah, he's Blitz. I feel like that's why it's a bit stronger right now, is because they got because Has-Been, for instance, that was the first project that team all worked on, and they were trying to iron out all these different things on how to get the production going and whatnot. But they're also trying to be a drama on top of having some comedic moments and stuff like that, and have a musical element. They were trying to do a lot of things. Helava, I feel like they've kind of pinpointed it, where it's like, okay, this is a comedy series. It's going to be about 10 to 15 minutes long each episode, just about somewhere in there, not counting credits. And we have specific characters that are going to go through, that are going to be exploring the depths of hell, versus Has-Been is going to be more so about characters overcoming sins and whatnot. I feel like that the reason why Helava is a bit stronger right now is because like they got it down of what it is.
So they've also put out more.
Yeah.
They've put out more information on Helava. But Has-Been Hotel did recently get confirmation that it is becoming a TV series.
Yeah. I think that's the other thing. I feel like that I have a strong suspicion that they that the team that is now working on what do you call it? Has-Been is not the same team that's working on Helva. Like the original team that worked on Hazbin Hotel is now working on There's such similar names, Helva, and I'm fairly certain that the A24 is like requiring a different animation studio to work on it or something.
Yeah.
Like if my suspicions from an outside person who are looking in seems like, because I just like look at the artists on Twitter and stuff. They always mention that they're working on Helva and stuff like that, but no one's mentioning that they're working on Hazbin, you know? So it's
okay, so
something tells me that they're not, that they can't work on it.
So
right now.
I noticed that like even in Hell of a Boss, but both in Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel, the character designs are super detailed for her.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like that kind of animation. Like I would
I
just
am,
go with 3D models at that point.
Yeah, I'm stunned by how much detail they're working in with that. Like,
and it's very consistent.
Yeah,
it's
yeah. Like I said, I'm being a nitpicky asshole when I say that here and there I notice a few things when it but that's just me being detailed oriented. Like overall, it's so impressive how consistent they're keeping it.
Yeah, like a lot of the like everything is like almost exactly on model, and there's very little CGI work. I know in Hazbin Hotel with Sir Pentius's ship, there was probably some CGI going on whenever Alistair takes down his ship with the tentacle things. And
possibly, but it's kind of crazy.
That look,
they're kind of it's kind of nuts how much they're doing in 2D. It's like,
oh yeah, like geez, that could not have been a. There's no way that's been a short-lived project. There's
yeah. They were in production
years.
Like freaking the creator, Vivian, right? What she had those characters in production when she was in high school. For crying
That's
out
where
loud.
a lot of it begins.
Yeah,
that's where a lot of TV shows begin.
She was developing those characters back then. That's insane.
Like Rebecca Sugar started it in high school. Who was the creator for regular show?
Oh, Quentin something.
Yeah, Quentin. He was in. I mean, regular show started out as just some college project about two guys doing acid.
That's pretty.
That's hilarious. To be honest,
short. If you're old enough to watch it, 18 plus, you should watch it. It's a great short.
Oh my goodness! Somebody's spamming out year dates like 1982 and yada yada yada.
Yeah, can we not do that, please?
Put you in timeout.
Thank you.
Okay.
To be
honest, like Verazika is real hot. Like, wow. Blitzo's ex in episode 3.
I don't know. I just find the series fun. You know, it's like it's a cat.
Oh wait, it's not the series fun too. I
next episode out?
Fun.
Yeah, the third one came out this morning.
Oh, I did not even realize that. Oh,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that after this stream.
I think it's the longest one they had so far. Helva. I think it's the longest one yet. In fact, I realized that a lot of the sneak peek preview that is that they had, the teaser trailer they had like at the end of last year, a lot of the clips are from. I think they're making this series episode per episode. I don't think they're doing it where it's like. I don't think they're doing it where they make the whole series first and then start slowly releasing them, because it kind of seems like they make one episode, they release it, they move on to the next one. They make another episode, they release it, they move on to the next one.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's a YouTube series.
Like, nothing wrong with that.
They're gonna have that, make the series and then release them chronologically with Hazbin.
Yeah.
Whenever it gets on TV. I'm
curious because if they're not making it in house, I'm just curious. Because it's all speculation. I'm not saying I know things here. I'm just I'm just kind of curious on what studio is gonna handle that, because like those designs are like those are daunting, man.
Dude, they've got to like it's either gonna be some serious changes to the character designs, changes to the animation.
I feel like that would be like, I don't know if they would be able to get away with that though, because like,
or it is going to be incredibly expensive to do.
yeah, like I have a feeling that, man, I don't know.
Because that animation style is really iconic now. Like,
it is. It's beautiful, but like I don't know how they're gonna do it. But like, I mean,
like honestly, I would have just gone with 3D models.
no,
Like it is that's how bad, that's how detailed their designs are.
Yeah,
Not bad.
I get that, but I feel like there's a charm to it because it's 2D. I think you'd lose that if it's
Yes.
3. Because I've seen fan models out there. Granted, they're fan models, so it's like it's
Yeah.
not always like
They're not
it's
top
not-
tier.
Yeah, that's not top tier stuff. But I've seen some fan models of people making a CG Has-Been Hotel and Helluva characters.
I've
which,
seen those too.
Like, but it's like they look
They're
like
a
the
little
characters.
uncanny.
They do. They're a little, just like a slightly uncanny, just a little bit. Granted, I bet if you put it in the hands of someone who's got a little bit more experience, because it seems to be like mostly people who are making them who are like early college students and stuff like that. Which nothing wrong with that. I'm college too, man. I feel your pain. I feel your pain, everybody out there who's listening. I do feel like though if you would put it in the hands of someone who's a little bit more experienced, they could probably make some more a little bit more less uncanny valley CG models.
So Levon says Don Bluth Studios for Has-Been.
No, he would never. Don Bluth
No.
would never.
No.
He's never.
He never would. But
Never would.
geez,
I have a feeling he's just trying. Don Bluth is trying to set up for retirement. To be honest, I feel like he's kind of like he's starting to check out. Like
that reminds me on how Ice Age was supposed to be a Don Bluth film.
Really, I never
Yeah.
knew that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a Don Bluth film.
Animation law back.
It was not supposed to be comical at all. And then it was sold to Blue Sky, who would only do it if they were allowed to make it a comedy.
I can see the merit because like I have a love-hate relationship with Ice Age. Okay, the first movie I actually legit really enjoy. I think that's I think the first movie at least is a well-made movie. Ice Age, baby and all. I never understood why people hated him. The baby. He's just a baby. Why are you guys like?
Roshan is 6 feet tall.
Baby, the babies cry. Baby cry. Why are you upset that the babies cry?
So yeah, first Ice Age movie is definitively the best. Even if its animation isn't as good as the future movie.
Right, and then I felt like every single movie afterward took one step down. Each
yes,
one.
It was after the third movie. After the third movie, I started to hate the Ice Age series.
Yeah, it's about the same. Yeah, as like even looking back on the third one now, I'm starting to notice a lot of problems that I didn't have with it when I was a kid, but like I have with it now.
So the first 3 movies I think are definitively the best. I mean, obviously, Ice Age 1 is the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
Ice Age 2, not as great, but I still enjoyed it because it had a lot of focus on Manny's past family.
Right.
And how he could move on from that. That was the main focus. The third movie, a little bit of a downgrade, but hey, dinosaurs are awesome.
Yeah.
And it also had Manny get everything he had from his past back, and he was about to lose it all again.
Mm-hmm.
And then, fourth movie happened. It sucked.
Yeah. I don't.
Except Captain Gut.
And then
Captain
the fifth,
Gut
and then the fifth one came around. And that was even worse than the fourth one. And
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that
I
shit.
don't even know how they managed that. I don't know how. How did you go from? How did you make something that was already written kind of poorly, and then you made something even like they dug a new low? I'm trying to say. I don't know.
Look, the saving grace for Ice Age 4, at least, was Captain Gut's voice actor. That was amazing.
Yeah.
But
Peter Dinklage. But like, it's the thing that like, Blue Sky, they can make some good movies. Like they've made some good stuff. Hold on, I want to look up their reservoir. Hold on, Blue. Like I don't want to like I'm dissing on the movie because I didn't like it, but like Blue Sky Studios, they've made some good animated content, some legitimately good stuff. The original Ice Age, Rio was pretty good. Rio 2 was, but like,
I loved Rio.
Robots. Oh my god, I love Robots. The 2005 movie. That's a great movie.
God. I love that so much.
Produced by the one and only
Madame
director,
Gasket.
Braden Joyce.
Madame Gasket.
Yeah.
Oh,
the Peanuts movie. That's a great movie that they made. It's like they know how to make a good they know how to make good stuff. I just wish that like. they have some blunders here and there, you know.
A lot of them, unfortunately. They don't know how to make sequels.
Yeah,
Often.
I would go to DreamWorks to ask on how to make some better sequels because DreamWorks.
Look, man, DreamWorks makes sequels for art.
DreamWorks is like the king of animated sequels, and yes, that includes you, Disney. Learn from DreamWorks.
Dude,
they know how to make sequels.
Disney does not know sequels, not nearly as well as DreamWorks. Like
Disney,
Kung Fu Panda trilogy.
Yeah, Disney's got original content down. They're the kings of original content. DreamWorks are the kings of sequels, where they know how to make a damn good sequel. Sony Animation is the king of cartoony style animation that looks really good. What is it? Blue Sky. They're the
Ice Age. Blue Sky says Ice Age.
I don't know what you're the kings of Blue Sky. They're the kings of.
They're the king of the first Ice Age movie.
Yeah, I don't know. You're so out. I guess they're the kings of like
milking.
Not milking, because like the reason why they're going with Ice Age because Ice Age makes money. Okay, so like that's like, and you gotta understand that with film production studios and animation studios in general, they're a studio. They gotta make money.
Yeah.
If they don't make money, they're gonna go under, and then they're gonna lose their jobs, and then you can't. Then you're not gonna be able to watch the Peanuts or other the original Ice Age or Robots or or the original Rio and whatnot. You're not gonna be able to watch those because they're not there because sometimes they don't make as much money. So like I get it where it's like I just like I get I get sad when a studio like makes a blunder. Whether it be Blue Sky or DreamWorks or Disney, I just it could have been great. So, what went wrong?
So I would trade. So seeing how Blue Skies has treated Ice Age, I would 100% live in an alternate timeline where Don Bluth Film Studios did the Ice Age movie.
Yeah, although I will say though that Don Bluth though I think his game. He's a great animator, don't get me wrong. I think his game, though, is that he's always also focused on original stuff first. Because I can't for the life of me think of, like, a sequel that he's worked on.
I don't know. But I would rather have that one good movie than to have it be milked into oblivion to where everybody remembers it for being, a crappy series as a whole.
True.
So... like The Land Before Time, the original one, fantastic. Amazing Don Bluth film.
Yeah, but those sequels.
Oh, yeah. No,
that's another series that was kind of milked to death.
Don't get me started on the sequels. No. Like, Land Before Time, fantastic. If Don Bluth had made Ice Age as well, I'm sure that would have been incredible, considering how emotional that one scene in the cave was from the current Ice Age. All right, that went on a serious tangent.
Yeah, we're going on tangents.
We've been doing that.
We're going on some tangents this stream, aren't we?
Rebooted is canceled. We are now a movie review.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. We are this Teenage Robot Rebooted. No more. We are becoming the Teenage Robot film review.
We are
Sorry, everybody.
We are Shea Frilla's Productions 2.
Kick in the BoJack theme. Back
Benny
in
Hill.
the 90s, I was on a very famous TV show. Anyway. Do we got any more questions? Because we're about 20 minutes away from the end of the stream, so we're going to be debuting the preview in here a little bit. Shrek 5? We haven't had Shrek 4 yet. What are you talking about?
Forever After Shrek 4.
No,
actually
Shrek the third does not count.
That's the third. No, it's Shrek Forever After. That's the third one, guys. I don't.
Yeah.
know.
No.
The third is the third
Yeah,
one.
there is no movie called Shrek the Third.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Are you kidding? Are you absolutely joking?
No.
Yes, there is a third movie. Damn it!
Not in my heart.
Just like how there's
Not in my heart.
Just like how there's no such thing as an Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. That's just like it was never made. It was in production and then they canceled it. Oh well.
Ah! What? Hates it. Oh, shit.
Whoops. No, that looks better. Okay.
I've seen 1 and 2, and that's it.
I've seen all the Shrek movies thus far.
Forever After I felt was a good ending. And let's not go on another tangent. Oh my god, we almost did it again.
Yes, let's not.
Okay.
Ah! Okay. Jenny, robot girl.
Don Blues dislikes the Land Before Time sequels too. I felt the second one was okay. Everything. I felt like the second one was okay, and then it started to go downhill real fast.
Okay, so I cannot, for the life of me, remember any order of the Land Before Time movies.
Oh, they're just like.
I don't think I've even seen half
the order.
of them.
The order doesn't matter. There was one carried over plot line, I think, from the second one to the fifth one. But after that, it doesn't matter. Period. It becomes, you know, the whole what is it? Oh my god, it's a standard in television animation. It's
Limited animation.
no story style versus overarching story where it resets every week.
Like Teenage Robot.
Yes, kind of. Oh my god, that style, Monster of the Week sort of style. I've forgotten the name of it, but that really, like, for all the, I've seen all the Land Before Time sequels because, like, I grew up with as a kid, and so, like, as they started coming out, I felt obliged to watch them, even though I knew I was in for a crap show. It rapidly becomes Monster of the Week, the movies. It's like, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, I know about that much.
Yeah, it's like nothing gets developed. They always go back to the original. It's like the whole Ash Ketchum thing where he's been 10 years old for decades. The same thing is the same thing for these Land Before Time dudes. They've been hatchlings for how many years?
Oh my god, like
longer than Ash Ketchum's been 10. Right? Because Land Before the first movie came out in the 80s.
yeah, that's an old movie now. That was an old movie whenever I was born.
Like that movie, I think was almost 20 years old whenever I was born. Let me see what its exact release date was.
Mahmood TV. What is your favorite movie series? Godzilla.
Of course.
Star Wars is also really fun for me. Godzilla. Spider-Man. He's my favorite superhero, even above Batman. And then, of course, Godzilla. You know. What are you guys' favorite movie series?
So my favorite series is How to Train Your Dragon.
That's pretty good too.
Winnie the Pooh series.
Mine's Back to the Future.
That's underrated nowadays.
Mm.
I guess we've reached pop culture status, but like I feel like no one gives them enough credit. And especially there's this cult thing that, or not cult, but like there's this opinion online somewhere that the first one's the only good one out of the three. Bullcrap. They're all great. What are you talking about? Back to the Futures. What is your opinion on the Beatles?
I love them.
I don't.
I like Bugs.
I don't deny they're good. I just don't listen to them. They're not my style.
They're my favorite band. Sublime is a close second, but the Beatles are classics.
Favorite band? That's a tricky one because I don't listen to, the typical radio music. I just listen to John Powell, Hans Zimmer, Bear McCreary, all the big movie scorers.
They're going on about how obsessed I am about Godzilla. The only Godzilla movie I haven't seen, which I need to rectify someday, is Godzilla versus Megalon. That's the only one I have because I haven't been able to find it. It's like I want the Japanese. I don't want the English dubs. I watched a bunch of the show-off movies with the English dubs. Big mistake. Watch the Japanese with the subtitles. Like, good lord, because they re-edit them. The English one, they take out in a few movies they take out Ifukube's score. They put in generic at the time Hollywood music. They change the monster roars. Like, what are you doing?
No, I remember in the American version of Godzilla, 1954 was it? 54, right?
I think maybe there is an American
Like
cut
the
of the 54
very
movie.
first movie. The very first movie.
Okay, I think I know what
Yeah,
you're
that's
getting
54.
into. I think I know what you're getting into.
Like
There's
they
an
added
American-
a bunch of, they added a bunch of unnecessary scenes in the American version that just completely took away the focus of it being a tragedy movie and just turning it into a generic monster movie.
Yes, and I don't like it for that. I don't like I don't think I've ever seen the full American version of Godzilla King of the Monsters, the 1956 one. I mean.
Yes, that's right. Very important distinction.
Yes, now we have to. I really wish they would have stuck with the original title in the 2019 one, King of Monsters, because that makes grammatical sense. And when you do that, we don't have to distinguish, and we wouldn't have to distinguish Godzilla King of the Monsters. Oh, the 1956 movie or the 2019 movie?
What do you think I'm referring to? Which one was the good one?
But yeah, they added a bunch of crap that like if you're gonna watch the original Godzilla movie, watch Gojira.
Watch the original.
Yeah, it's they have subs, so you have to do a little bit of reading, but it's way better.
Way worth it.
Readings for nerds.
All right,
For nerds.
We've been going on. We've been answering questions forever now. I did a whole design thing with the signal
We've
suspension.
been going on tangents is what we've been doing.
We got about 15 minutes left in this live stream. Let's debut our preview already.
Nico
for the
Arson is
animatic.
All right.
How are you doing?
Here it
with
comes,
the
y'all.
animatic? What a great segue.
Yeah, let's get into the animatic that we got here. This is not the full part 2, everybody, but this is a 2-minute preview of it, as we're working on it. We still got a long ways to go, but this one turned out really good, and so it's not big plot spoilers. It's in fact this is legit the first 2 minutes of part 2, like legitimately. After we see the cat scene and we drift up into the sky, this is the fade from black.
Let's
You're
go.
about to see. How are we gonna handle this? I'm obviously gonna post the link in the chat. Have you guys seen it?
I have seen it.
I've already seen it. Oh, I have bones to pick with you.
Okay, and then I've seen it. Obviously, I edited the thing. What about you, Eric? Is this the first time you're seeing it?
I think so.
Okay. How am I gonna handle this? Because I could show it on the stream.
Whatever.
I could show it on the stream. It's just gonna get choppy. I can never get. It's just the nature of this broadcasting. It's always choppy when I show videos on stream. Let's see.
And when you have the time, XJ0 posted something in the art channels for you.
Oh, it did? I'm gonna see it right now. Let's see. See a face reveal. I will take a look. I guess I'll just. Yes, they're getting antsy. Okay. Here's the link. Are we gonna watch along? Should we watch along?
I think we should.
Okay. We'll watch along. This is the thing, everybody out there, though. We're not gonna mute ourselves, so.
We're gonna have to trust that we'll be quiet.
Well, no. Listen. We're gonna watch along, but if you want to ensure that we shut up so you can experience the full 2 minutes to your liking without any interruptions or whatnot, just mute the stream as you watch it and then come back to it. But we'll watch along, but we're not gonna mute ourselves. So, all right. Let me
Trust that we'll shut up.
I'm loading everything. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm loading everything. I believe it's this one. This video. Yes. Okay. Get to go to OBS. Switch this over. QuickTime Player. This meeting. Okay. All right. And now I'm gonna post the link, and you guys follow it. And you can be able to watch the video without any stuttering or sound glitches or whatnot. If you don't want to listen to us, don't mute the video. So here we go. Boop, boop, boop. And
All right. We doing it now.
yep, I hit play on this end.
Must be delayed.
Come in, Command. This is Officer Richards. Come in.
This is Commander Sweets. Go ahead.
Sir, Wakeman's monitors are detecting a threat. You think it's a C-class?
Just ignore it. If there was a threat, our monitors would have. This is no C-class.
Scramble the fleet!
Okay.
Oh, shit! Oh!
Sir, the C-19 F-80 and TR forms have been processed. Our fighters are ready for orders.
Very good. Do we have a visual?
Negative. Targets are within attack range, but I do not have visual. The clouds are too dense. Wait, I got something up ahead. It's... Holy, look at the size of that thing. It's... What the heck is that? It's
What's going on up there?
What the hell is that?
Pilot! Pilot, come in! Alright, that's the end of it, on my end at least, so we're gonna come on back here. We'll wait for other people to come on back. I hope they went and saw it.
That's
Evidently,
really interesting how all the
you
characters have the
allowed- you
same
allowed-
voice.
Easy, alright, easy. Easy. Alright.
So what'd you think, guys?
Yeah, what'd you
What'd you
think? I wonder what could be up in the atmosphere. And what could be coming to invade. Okay, disclaimer. I gotta say the disclaimer. All those voices were temporary. 100%. There was not a single
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was not a single voice in there that was not temporary. So just disclaimer on that.
Yeah, that was really, really shitty.
What?
I think he's just referring to the voices, not the animatic itself as a whole.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what? How dare?
Yeah, Matic was fine, but the voices, holy shit, Nate, you really need to
I
work
tried.
on.
I tried. I didn't want to bother anybody. Like, because we were like,
You could have bothered
I
me.
volunteered to help.
I was just like, you know what? It's like we need it in a couple of days. I'm just gonna do it all real quick, get it over with, and I did it. I did all the.
I could have done that quicker.
What?
Look,
well,
it's all
well. I'll keep it.
temporary anyways.
It's all temporary anyway. It was never meant to be. It's not the final product anyway. It was just meant to be like to get the idea across. You know.
Levon
but-
thinks the voices are fine. I
Yeah,
promise
see?
they're gonna be better.
See, they're okay with me talking to myself over and over
They're
again.
gonna be better. They're gonna be better though.
Yeah, they'll be better. They'll be better.
I'm not denying that at all, guys. I really did like the animatic when it came out, but again, holy
Not
shit!
sure if that. Not sure if the commander was the fame for the first animatic, but the voice is different. Yes, the voice is different because I'm voicing him. He's the same guy. He is. Trust me. It's just because all the voices are temporary. I didn't want to bother any because like we wrote some of the dialogue in that scene, and so the original recordings we have did not match anymore. Like I think we talked about how originally Wakeman was in a courtroom, you know, and Rightwater was originally a judge, and now he's and not an interviewer, but what's the interrogator?
Interrogator.
Yes, now he's an interrogator, and so this scene also kind of had to be reworked a bit to accompany that. Long story short, we gotta send in eventually with part 2 some casting updates, you know, where it's like, all right, you recorded this a couple of years back for the activation day. We changed some of the script around. Please record it again when you get the chance. We got to do that again. So, but I didn't want to bother everyone for like a short 2-minute scene where it's like, I didn't want to send out an email and whatnot and be like, hey, record your dialogue for this 2-minute scene. And then eventually I'm going to come back again and record it for the rest of it. So it's like, I want to catch all. I want to get them all in the same session. You know, I don't want to just like keep pestering.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's
any
part
any
2
question,
preview.
Yeah, preview of what we're working on. Any questions on this? Any questions out there in the audience?
Any questions, but no spoilers.
Yes, I mean obviously no spoilers, but any questions? We gotta wait for them to catch up with the timing. I can see the dip when we premiered it. There was we had a dip in viewership, and then they shot back up after the 2 minutes. I can see in the analytics.
Funny.
Anyway,
Doesn't seem to be any questions so far.
Yeah, no questions so far.
Is the laugh in the video?
No, it's not in the video. That Nick was laughing at the jokes. Again, follow the link. This is the actual upload. I'll post it again. Follow that link. That's the clean cut. That's like I said, we weren't gonna mute ourselves when we played it on this. So, and even in playback, if you're watching the stream after the fact, just look at the chat logs. There's the link is floating in there. That's one's part. There is no part 3. It's only part 2. We're working on part 2.
Part 1, 2, and that's it.
Oh, is it? Oh, maybe I need to make that more clear. I guess for part 2. I guess. Well, as we're working on it, is it really not clear who it is? I'll let them answer that question. Do you have any plans for Orion and Squish? Not currently.
No.
Not currently. Plans for Misty?
No.
Not Orion and Squish though.
No. Fuck those two.
Whoa. Okay. But I have a feeling if we were to do something, I feel like Squish would be like, he would have joined he would just found a job in the galaxy or something, and then Orion is like didn't they say he joined a ballerina group or something?
I don't remember.
Or some dance group. I felt like that was the explanation, that like he went to join some group.
I don't remember.
Rex Triangle, unrelated to Teenage Robot, but how are you? I'm doing okay. How about you guys? Are you doing okay?
I'm doing okay.
I'm very happy now that I know what scenes I'm making the music for in Activation Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's coming.
Starting to be worn out. I got work tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Bummer.
Can't wait for part 4.
Part 4. Oh boy.
Wow, not many questions. I guess it was pretty straightforward. Although, seriously, is it clear who it is that's like what Skyway's up in arms about? Like, I hoped it was clear. I mean,
Well, they're gonna find out eventually.
hint, hint. Like this big thing. Yep. All right. That being said, well, how much time we got? We actually got about 5 minutes left before we hit 2 hours.
Let's go on more tangents about movies. Huh?
Yeah. What's another series we can get into a tangent about?
I actually don't know.
Oh, you want some meta things? Some meta commentary?
Maybe.
Right about now last year, the virus was starting to take hold in America.
Oh boy.
We've been in this crap for about a year now.
Yep.
The virus. Good lord.
Where did the years go?
Yeah,
They went and
good. Like,
abandoned
all right,
us.
So people get it. All right, people get who it is. Good. People get it.
Good.
All right, I can stop showing that. Ralph Bakshi. I forgot who that is.
I also forgot who that is.
I recognize the name. I just forgot who he is.
Same.
Look, not Phillips.
Oh,
That doesn't-
he's the guy who did all the adult stuff, all the adult
Fritz the
cartoons,
Cat.
like
Fritz
Fritz the
the
Cat
Cat.
and stuff, and
Like
title
what?
and a title that I can't say on stream.
Cool World.
Can you type it in the Discord and put a link?
No, because that's a slur that you can't say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's made. I'll just say it was made in 1975. You can't say that word though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Things
Yeah.
are different.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah. But yeah, he was in. I guess he was a. I don't know. He was a thing. I was never like a gigantic fan of his work or whatnot. I just never hated it either. It was just like, it was a thing.
I still don't even know who this person is.
Let's see. Running out of things.
I could talk about how much I hate The Lion King 2019.
Oh yeah, I've talked about how much I hate that movie too. Yeah, I really.
Oh my god. Ugh.
The worst.
It's so weird not hearing Jeremy Irons as Scar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess the only upgrade was the fact that Hans Zimmer is the only one who can remix his own music.
Even then, I felt like the score was a downgrade. I felt like it,
I know your feelings about Hans Zimmer. All right,
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
that he's the
How did
I don't know.
How did I describe?
But yeah,
He was like, yeah, I remember. I described him. I think he's the.
I said the Justin Bieber of orchestral scoring, but that wasn't.
That's too harsh. That's too harsh.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
too hard.
I said he was the Green Day of.
That's right.
orchestra
That's
stuff,
right.
Where he's like, he's got a lot of good stuff, but he's also become so popular. You're like, ugh,
Like,
Hans Zimmer
this guy again.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I still listen to the Lion King soundtrack every day, even the 2019 score. I still love it, but that's like the only thing good about that movie.
Even then, I still feel like it's like. I'll spare you the details because I feel like I've ranted about this movie enough on these live streams because this ain't my first rodeo talking about it. It's just like I prefer the original.
Oh,
How
absolutely.
about like Danny Elfman? I love Danny Elfman. I wish he would. I feel like after 2005, Danny Elfman hit like a thing where it's like everything before 2005, Danny Elfman stuff is memorable. It's like it's great. It's like it has catchy themes and tunes, and it's like well put together and orchestrated. Post 2005, I struggle to find a Danny Elfman score that's like impactful. I'm kind of sad. I really love the guy, but I just feel like his recent stuff is kind of like just not as good, you know? I really wish he would it almost feels like the old Danny went away. Like he like lost, like he got depressed or something, and like he's just not in it anymore, you know? Cuz like I listen
Several
to I listen to like Corpse Bride or Nightmare Before Christmas or freaking the Spider-Man movies that he did or freaking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Edward Scissorhands.
I was really into that soundtrack.
All these movies, like such memorable scores, amazing stuff. Like if he doesn't have an Oscar win, I think he does. If he doesn't, it's a crime. How dare you? The recent stuff though, freaking he did Alice in Wonderland, he did The Grinch, he did a couple of the Avengers movies, I think. He did the Justice League, and it's like, what happened? Where's your memorable stuff? Like it just feels like it's like kind of like all blends together now. Like it doesn't doesn't sound like it's even coming from him. It kind of sounds like it's either it doesn't
stand out.
It doesn't stand out anymore. Two things could be playing an issue because he's actually ranted about this himself a few times, and I get it if this is the case. One, it could be a case of like I said before, he could just be like losing his touch, where he's kind of losing it, where he's kind of reaching the end of his career, and he's kind of like looking to retire anyways, and his heart's not really in it anymore anyways. Which is understand burnout. I get it. You know, I get that. The other reasoning, which he's ranted about this a couple times, it could also be that directors are not letting him be creative anymore, which is another
oh my god, I hate the direction that directors have gone in these recent years. Like, I cannot feel anything during movies anymore. I can't feel the anticipation in a lot of these films. Like, that's why I stick to animated stuff, because you can't get that same level of expression or feeling from a real face. The real face can only go so far before it just breaks.
True. I guess it depends on what you're talking about. But like, the problem I think with at least with blockbuster movies is that I feel like the problem is that some film directors are sticking too much to the temp soundtracks that they're putting in their scores, and thus it's rare that we actually get like a really creative, like fun score nowadays for blockbusters, especially with the Avengers and stuff, where it's like, granted, they shaped up in the later entries, but in those beginning entries, there was hardly any reoccurring themes. Even nowadays, we kind of have the only really reoccurring theme is between every single movie is the Avengers theme. That's about it. Otherwise, we're kind of few and far in between, where it's like Iron Man has this AC/DC inspired theme in his first movie, then it changes for the second movie, and then in the third movie he's got it's not even electric guitar anymore, it's just brass, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like there should have been a little bit more consistency with the score, you know? Like a little bit more like reinforcements, like, hey, you can do what you want with it, but this is the theme we got to use, you know? I felt like had they done that, it'd been a little bit more impactful.
All right, so with that off our chests, a bunch of movie ranting, I think that's the 2-hour mark, is it not?
Mango
I think so.
Question: favorite animated movie of all time? Mine is The Iron Giant.
Oh, good.
Mine
Lord.
is WALL-E.
I can't even answer that. I have so many. I have a list. WALL-E's good. Iron Giant's good. How to Train Your Dragon. Land Before Time, the first one. What are some of my favorites of all time? Nightmare Before Christmas.
Amazing one.
Coraline. Oh, like Wallace.
Oh
and
my
Gromit.
god.
Oh, anything Wallace and Gromit. I love Wallace and Gromit. Even the shorts. I know we're talking about movies, but the shorts the shorts I love more than the movie. I love Wallace and Gromit. Too many to list. I love a lot of movies. Isle of Dogs is a really good one too.
WALL-E is my favorite definitive movie, but my favorite series is How to Train Your Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
But like standalone versus series, it's different.
Right. Yeah, I love movies in general too much to have a top favorite. I just have a list.
Oh, yeah.
I just have a list of ones I really enjoy. And a lot of them are Godzilla movies. Go figure.
I wonder why.
Anyway, that does wrap it up here for today. So we've reached our 2-hour mark. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry we went on a bunch of rants here about or a bunch of tangents on different stuff we did. But hey, it was a fun stream. I don't think it was ever boring. So
and hey, you guys got a preview of part 2.
Yeah, we got a preview, so it's like we're all good, and we got some. So yeah, we had some fun. See you guys on Discord and stuff. Let me see if I can get the public Discord link here going. Oh, I never looked at Zero's thing. Let me look at the Zero's thing.
That's right. He posted something in the art channel for you.
I did. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I gotta screen share this. Give me one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this. Oh,
Beauty.
Oh, okay.
I never knew that I wanted to see Armageddroid getting challenged by Godzilla with the addition of Mothra.
This is exactly how the fight would turn out too. Armageddroid wouldn't stand a chance. You'd be so dead.
I promise you that a nuclear meltdown is enough for Armageddon.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. All right.
I
didn't know XJ0 could draw like the Godzilla characters. It's a pleasant surprise.
I think I even recognize what he based this on. I'm such a freaking Godzilla geek. Good lord. I think because it's not strictly the Teenage Robot Godzilla. There's some stark differences. I think he also, correct me if I'm wrong, Zero, because I think you're still here. Let me give me 1 second. I am sensing some inspiration from this obscure video game known as Godzilla Unleashed Double Smash.
I really wish there were more Godzilla games.
Because let me get an image of what Godzilla looks like in this game, and I want to compare. It's kind of cool. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm saying this is kind of cool. If this is true that you reference this, because it's such an obscure game. Let me see. Loading. There you are. This is what Godzilla. Here, see if I can get another window in here. There we are. That's what he looked like in that series. That's kind of cool, Zero. That's kind of cool. That's great. I love it. That's great. All right. That being said, we're gonna wrap up here for today.
Wait,
yeah,
hang
for
on,
real.
hang on.
Yeah,
Wait,
for
wait,
real
wait,
this
wait,
time. For real.
Wait,
See you guys.
Wait.
What?
Do we have time for one more question? Because this person tried to ask this question like an hour and a half ago, and it never got answered.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Smash Up Mashup asks, do we think Teenage Robot follows the female hero series that will later be for boys trend like Kim Possible and the Powerpuff Girls?
I don't think it was ever. That's a weird way of putting it. I don't think.
I never thought of Teenage Robot as being directly intended for a specific gender.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I don't think it was ever. Even Powerpuff Girls and Kim Possible, I don't think they were geared towards a specific gender. It was just like,
hey, fun
the
girl.
The main characters just happened to be, female. I don't think it was ever like, this show is for girls. That's eventually going to become for boys. Like, no.
Nah.
It doesn't matter what gender you are. You can get into action stuff. Zero said it was just a coincidence. Okay, I just thought it was I guess that's me being a total Godzilla geek then, seeing similarities where there are none. Okay, my bad.
But yeah, for real.
There we go. All right. So that being said, guys, we're gonna wrap up here for real here. So see you guys on Discord and stuff.
For real.
Great art, XJ0.
Yep, for real
Everyone
this
have a
time.
wonderful night. Bye,
You
everybody.
too. Bye.
See ya!
And we're out. Okay. See you guys.